We about to jump to my boy J. Kizzo. J. Cole. J. Cole. This is High for Hours. So we're gonna jump in. I have not really presented no J. Cole. As much as I like J. Cole, I have not presented really any J. Cole on this reaction channel. My bad. Alright, my bad. I normally go off request. I don't really deviate that much. Plus, it's hard for me to find some J. Cole I haven't heard. But I haven't heard High for Hours. I'm not a smoker, so some songs that are titled with smoking and stuff like that, I don't really check them out. But I'm going to check this one out. Someone was like, man, High for Hours is pretty good. And I was like, yeah, I need to put some J. Cole on this channel, but I was listening to a lot of J. Cole. He was like, you've heard High for Hours? I was like, no. Sound like a smoking song. I don't smoke, so I don't think I'll relate to it. But he says, not really about that. It's about something else. So I was like, all right, cool. I can really go off my intuition or something, So I'm going to take this person's advice and check out High for Hours by J. Cole. And
here we go.
This is called being high as shit
a video?
for hours. That's the name of the song, nigga. High as shit for hours.
No, that's an actor. It's not a video. It's probably a piece of a movie clip. I'm tripping.
American hypocrisy, oh let me count the ways they came here seeking freedom, then they end up owning slaves.
True.
Justified it using Christianity, which says religion don't mean shit, it's too much ego in the way. That's why ISIS is a crisis.
True.
But in reality, this country do the same shit. Take a life and call it righteous. Remember when Bin Laden got killed, supposedly in a hotel lobby after a show. Was noticing these white ladies watching CNN covering the action. They read the headline and then they all started clapping, as if LeBron had just scored a basket at the buzzer. I stood there for a second, watched them high-five each other. For real? I thought this was thou shalt not kill, but
yeah,
still letting off on niggas in the field.
Sure is.
Reach for a gun. They really think we dumb and got a death wish. Now somebody's son is laying breathless. When I was a little boy, my father lived in Texas. Pulled up in Toyota, drove that bitch like it was Lexus. Put my bag in his trunk and headed off for Dallas. Out there for the summer, feeling just like I was Alice. Lost in the wonderland where niggas still suffering just like they was back home, and that's wrong. So now it's fuck the government. They see my niggas struggling and they don't give a fuck at all, and that's wrong. Yeah. Type of shit to make you wanna. Type of shit to make you wanna let go. Type of shit to make you wanna. Type of shit to make you. I had a convo with the president. I paid to go and see him. Think about the things I said I'd say when I would see him. Feeling nervous sitting in a room full of white folks. Thinking about the black man plight. Think I might choke. Nope. Raise my hand and ask the man a question. Does he see the struggle of his brothers in oppression? And if so, if you got all the power and the clout as the president, what's keeping you from helping niggas out? Well, I didn't say nigga, but you catch my drift. He looked me in my eyes and spoke, and he was rather swift. He broke the issues down and showed me he was well aware. I got the vibe he was sincere and that the brother cared. But dog, you in the chair, what's the hold up? He said it's things that I wanna fix, but you know this shit, nigga, politics. Don't stop fighting and don't stop believing you can make the world better for your kids before you leave it. Change is slow, always has been, always will be, but fuck that, I'ma bust back till they kill me. Change is slow, always has been, always will be, but fuck that, I'ma bust back until they kill me, feel me? Type of shit to make you. Alright, third verse. Type of shit to make you wanna let go. Type of shit to make you wanna, yeah. Type of shit to make you wanna. Here's a thought for my revolutionary heart. Take a deeper look at history. It's there to pick apart. See the people at the top, they get to do just what they want. Till after a while, the people at the bottom finally get smart. Then they start to holler revolution. Tired of living here in destitution. Fuck that looting. Can you tell me what's the best solution? I used to think it was to overthrow oppressors. See, if we destroy the system, that means we'll have less of greed. But see, it's not that simple. I got to think about the history of human nature while this instrumental played. Then I realized something that made me wonder if revolution was really ever the way. Before you trip and throw a fit over these words I say, think about this shit for a second. You heard the way the children in abusive households grow up knocking girlfriends out cold. That's called a cycle. Abuse becomes the abuser, and that's just how life goes. So understand, you get the power, but you know what power does to man.
True.
Corruption always leads us to the same shit again. So when you talk about revolution, dog, I hear just what you're saying. What good is taking over when we know what you gonna do? The only real revolution happens right inside of you. I said, what good is taking over when we know what you gonna do? The only real revolution happens right inside of you, nigga. Type of shit
I've been saying that for years.
Hours, type of shit to make you wanna let go.
I mean, for years I've been saying that. Like, real talk, because, like, let's say we got the issue right now in America with the black and whites. If it was flopped, we would still have the same issue. It would just be the whites would be the minority, and the blacks would be the majority. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a heart issue. That's where it starts. Greed and corruption has always been here. It's always been inside of here. So I've been saying that for years. I said it doesn't really matter who would have came through. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who would have came through. Greed and corruption would have still been the issue within this country, because the country is being guided by an ancient hand of greed and corruption. You see what I'm saying? So we would have to go back past this little 270. I don't know how long the United States has been standing as a country. Somewhere along them lines. We would have to go back, far back, and eliminate the guiding hand that's brought us to this point. You see what I'm saying? So, even if so, it doesn't matter if it would have been, I don't know. I'm trying to really think of like a people that might conquer, that would be a minority, but okay, let's say Middle Eastern, right? Let's say the power guiding hand would be Middle Eastern, right? And this country was mainly, like, the majority was Middle Eastern. We would still have the same problem, all right? Because you have greed and corruption everywhere. That's it. You see, that's just it. It's an inside thing. It's a man in the mirror situation first. And it's more about the balance. See, me, I wouldn't have a big problem in this country if we could have our own schools, if blacks could have their own schools, so we can teach a history of our people that doesn't start with Martin Luther King, because it doesn't start with Martin Luther King. So I'm thinking more of a balance. Like, the whites can be here, the whites can be cool, but we need a balance. Right now, everything is out of balance. Everything's toppled. You see what I'm saying? So with that issue, people was getting stepped on within the minorities and around the world. So a balance is what you need. Like the 4 hours, life of balance. You need a balance. It's what you need to have. So I actually completely agree with J. Cole on this song. This is a good song. I started to get caught up in that movie, but I was like, this is just a movie. This is not actually go with the actual song. I need to listen to the lyrics, but you know, visuals will do that to you. But it's a good song, man. Very, very good song. And it's so true. You know, if you want to jump back, all right, let's jump back biblically. The Pharaoh ordered all the boys, you know, the boys to be born, to be killed. That's slaughter. You're slaughtering kids too. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's evil. That's straight evil. That's an evil thing to do. But he was doing it for the same reasons that the police have been taught and have racism in their blood, to kill off minorities. Because you don't want an uprising. You don't want their numbers to grow past you. So he did the same thing. It's the same concept. Same exact concept. Getting shot by cops, you know what I'm saying? Getting put in jail, all that type of stuff, or slaughter the boys of the Hebrews. Slaughter them Hebrew boys. Keep their numbers down. Because the boys is gonna get with the women, they're gonna make more kids. Keep the number down. Women can't make kids. So keep their number down. He was doing it for the betterment of his kingdom. But he slaughtered kids for it. Just like they slaughter kids here for it. They do the same. It's the same concept. Same thing. Yeah, same exact thing. So I agree with J. Cole. We got to start in here. We start here first. This is where we start. And then we gain that balance. Them two things is how you gonna make it. That's how you gonna make it work here. Right now, it's too overbearing. There's no balance. And the guiding hand wants to keep it that way. Because once there's a balance, once there's unity, once all that stuff starts to happen, you know what, guys? I like you, man. I like you too. Why were we fighting again? I don't know. Some told my parents, which told their parents, which told their parents, they should hate you. Mine too. But who told our parents those things? Who told our great parents those things? I don't know. I think we should find out. Once that unity start happening, and you start getting like-minded, the powers that be will be dead because people just start killing them. Like, this world suffered long enough because of your existence. Pow, dead. So I completely agree, man. That was a good song. It's just funny that he named it High for Hours. But he's probably just talking about how he gets thrilled, how he just gets like faded and then just thinks about particular stuff. You feel me? Because that happens. But your boy's Nixon.